AI won't just change the world, it's already creating millionaires every single day. But how exactly are people using AI to build wealth? And what opportunities exist right now that most people haven't even noticed yet? In this video, I'll break down the smartest ways AI can boost your income, from side hustles to businesses, and how you can ride this wave before it's too late. Have you ever felt overwhelmed by all the hype around AI tools, not knowing which ones are real game changers? You're not alone, and that's exactly why this matters. Stick with me, and by the end you'll know how to leverage AI the right way to create new income streams, and maybe even set yourself up for millionaire status. Picture yourself standing in California in 1849, watching people rush into the rivers with pans, convinced they'll strike gold. Some of them did, many didn't. But the people who really built lasting fortunes weren't just miners. They were the ones who sold the shovels, built the railroads, and supplied the boomtowns. Now fast forward nearly 2 centuries. We are living through a modern gold rush, except this time the treasure isn't buried in the ground. It's in algorithms, data, and artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is already everywhere. When you ask Siri or Alexa to play a song, that's AI. When Netflix recommends the perfect show, that's AI. When self-driving cars navigate a highway, when banks detect fraud in your account, when chatbots answer customer questions, that's all AI at work. The difference is that, unlike the internet boom of the 1990s or the smartphone revolution of the 2000s, AI isn't just creating new industries, it's transforming every existing one. That means opportunities aren't limited to coders or tech insiders. AI is becoming the great multiplier of wealth. But here's the catch. While some people see AI as a threat, robots taking jobs, machines replacing humans, others see it as a partner, a tool, even an employee that works 24/7 without sleep. The ones who embrace it, learn it, and use it will unlock fortunes. The ones who resist may be left behind. Let me give you a real-world example. Take a small business owner in Chicago who runs a local marketing agency. 5 years ago, she needed a team of graphic designers, copywriters, and analysts. Today, she uses AI-powered tools that design logos in seconds, generate ad copy tailored to her clients, and analyze customer data faster than any human could. Instead of replacing her team, she streamlined repetitive tasks, cut costs dramatically, and scaled her business nationwide. Her revenues multiplied because she learned how to ride the AI wave instead of fighting it. This is why experts call AI the new electricity. In the late 1800s, electricity transformed every aspect of life: homes, factories, transportation. Companies that embraced it thrived. Those that resisted went extinct. Today, AI is doing the same. And just like electricity, its full potential hasn't even been realized yet. Now you might be wondering, can AI really make me a millionaire? The answer is yes, but not in the way you might think. It's not about becoming the next Elon Musk or building a billion-dollar startup overnight. It's about understanding how AI creates leverage. Leverage of time, leverage of skills, leverage of money. It's about using AI to do the work of 10 people, to analyze opportunities faster than competitors, and to reach customers you never could before. Think about Jeff Bezos and Amazon. He didn't invent online shopping. He just found a way to leverage technology to scale faster than anyone else. AI is giving ordinary people that same kind of leverage today. Whether you're an employee, an entrepreneur, or an investor, AI is the tool that can multiply your efforts. The key is timing. Just like the internet in the early 2000s, we are in the early innings of AI adoption. Those who act now have the advantage of low competition, rapid growth, and untapped potential. By 2026, this landscape will look very different. The question is, will you be one of the pioneers or one of the people who wish they'd started earlier? In this audiobook, we'll explore not just the hype, but the real practical ways AI can make you wealthy. We'll uncover the mistakes to avoid, the industries to watch, and the mindsets to adopt if you want to ride this wave to millionaire status. And it all starts with seeing AI not as a futuristic fantasy, but as the greatest wealth-building tool of our time. In the next chapter, we'll dive into how AI creates leverage, how it saves you time, multiplies your productivity, and frees you to focus on high-value activities that can accelerate your journey to wealth. If you've ever watched a child on a seesaw, you've seen leverage in action. A lighter kid can lift a heavier kid, not because they're stronger, but because of where they sit on the plank. That's leverage, using a tool to multiply effort. In wealth building, leverage has always been the game changer. The rich don't just work harder, they use leverage to make money while they sleep. In the 21st century, artificial intelligence is the ultimate lever. Let's rewind to the days of Andrew Carnegie, the steel magnate of the late 1800s. Carnegie didn't personally hammer steel beams or load train cars. He leveraged machines, railroads, and human capital to build an empire. Fast forward to today, and you see Jeff Bezos leveraging warehouses, delivery networks, and algorithms to dominate retail. What AI offers you now is something even greater. It's the chance to multiply your productivity and decision-making power without needing a billion-dollar empire to back you. Think about your daily life. How many hours do you spend on tasks that are repetitive, time-consuming, or draining? Answering emails, creating presentations, crunching numbers, editing documents. AI can now do these things faster and often better than you can. A report from McKinsey estimates that nearly half of all workplace activities could be automated with current AI technology. Imagine if half of your day was suddenly freed up. What could you do with that time? Start a side hustle, upskill, launch a product? That's leverage. Here's a real scenario. Mark, a financial advisor in Los Angeles, used to spend hours building client reports and researching portfolios. Today, he uses AI-powered platforms that generate comprehensive financial reports in minutes and provide predictive analysis of market trends. Instead of spending his day on data entry, Mark spends it meeting new clients, expanding his business, and building relationships. Within 2 years, his income doubled, not because he worked harder, but because he worked smarter with AI as his leverage. Leverage isn't just about saving time, it's about multiplying results. Consider content creation. A YouTuber in Miami used AI to edit videos, generate scripts, and optimize titles for search engines. Tasks that once required a team of 5 people are now handled by her and her AI tools. The result? Her channel exploded, her ad revenue multiplied, and she built sponsorship deals, all while cutting her workload in half. She didn't hire more staff. She leveraged AI. This isn't limited to entrepreneurs. Employees can use AI to outperform their peers. Imagine 2 analysts at a Wall Street firm. One works the traditional way, running spreadsheets manually and building presentations line by line. The other uses AI tools to automate analysis, detect patterns, and prepare presentations in hours instead of days. Who do you think gets promoted faster? Who negotiates the bigger bonus? The one who uses AI as leverage. But here's where the magic really happens. AI doesn't just do what you ask, it learns. That means its leverage grows over time. Unlike human employees who need training, rest, and motivation, AI gets sharper with data. It becomes your partner that doesn't clock out at 5 p.m., doesn't take vacations, and doesn't get distracted. It's always working, always learning, always ready to multiply your efforts. Of course, there's a catch. Just like leverage with debt, AI leverage can backfire if misused. People who blindly trust AI without oversight may make costly mistakes. That's why the true winners aren't those who hand over everything to machines, but those who learn how to collaborate with AI, providing the vision while AI provides the execution. Imagine yourself 5 years from now, looking back. Will you be the person who clung to old methods, spending hours on tasks AI could have done for you? Or will you be the one who embraced leverage, who scaled faster, earned more, and freed time to focus on growth? The answer to that question may determine whether you become a millionaire or remain stuck. In the next chapter, we'll explore one of the most exciting aspects of this new era. The industry's AI is transforming right now, and how you can position yourself at the center of those opportunities before they become mainstream. If you want to get rich, there's one rule you can't ignore. Follow the money where it's flowing, not where it's been. Right now, artificial intelligence is pouring into industries the way electricity once lit up dark cities. And just like electricity, the businesses, careers, and investments that plug in first are the ones that will generate the biggest fortunes. Let's start with healthcare. Picture a radiologist in Boston who once spent hours reading hundreds of scans every day. Today, AI systems can analyze medical images in seconds with accuracy rivaling or even surpassing top specialists. Instead of replacing the radiologist, AI becomes a partner, freeing them to focus on complex diagnoses and patient care. The wealth opportunity here isn't just for doctors, it's for entrepreneurs building AI diagnostic startups, investors funding these tools, and even professionals who learn how to integrate AI into their practice. Healthcare AI is projected to become a $188 billion market by 2030. If you position yourself inside this wave, you're not just making a living, you're tapping into a revolution. Now shift to finance. Wall Street has always thrived on information, but AI processes more data in 1 second than an entire team of analysts could in a year. Hedge funds are already using algorithms to predict market shifts, identify investment opportunities, and even detect fraud before it happens. But it's not just big firms. Individual investors can now use AI-powered trading platforms to backtest strategies, optimize portfolios, and receive real-time insights. Imagine being a solo trader in San Francisco with tools once reserved for Goldman Sachs. That's no longer science fiction, it's happening right now. Retail and e-commerce are also being reshaped. Amazon's recommendation engine alone drives over a third of its sales, and AI is the brain behind it. But you don't need to run a global empire to profit. Small business owners are using AI to personalize customer experiences, predict inventory needs, and optimize ads. A boutique shop in Austin used AI to analyze customer purchase patterns and discovered that promoting a certain product bundle boosted sales by 40%. Multiply that kind of insight over hundreds of products, and suddenly you're scaling a business far beyond what traditional marketing ever allowed. Education is another massive frontier. AI tutors are guiding students one-on-one, adjusting lessons in real time based on their progress. This doesn't just disrupt schools, it creates opportunities for entrepreneurs to build platforms, apps, and courses powered by AI personalization. Imagine the wealth created by the people who built platforms like Khan Academy or Coursera. Now picture the next wave of educational tools, enhanced with AI, reaching billions of students worldwide. Even creative industries, fields once thought untouchable by machines, are being transformed. Musicians use AI to compose melodies. Writers use it to brainstorm ideas and refine drafts. Filmmakers use AI for editing, sound design, even casting decisions. Does this mean humans are out of the picture? It means creatives who embrace AI can produce faster, cheaper, and at a higher level than ever before. Think of it as steroids for creativity. Those who resist may fade into obscurity, but those who adapt will dominate. Transportation is another sector on the brink of AI-driven disruption. Self-driving cars, autonomous delivery drones, and AI-powered logistics systems are reshaping supply chains. Tesla, Uber, and FedEx are already investing billions. But the real opportunity isn't just owning their stock. It's in building services around these technologies, charging networks, software integrations, even AI maintenance firms. Remember how the gold rush made shovel sellers rich? The same logic applies here. Real estate, too, is feeling the AI effect. Algorithms predict housing market trends, optimize rental pricing, and even automate property management. Imagine an investor in Phoenix managing 50 rental properties without needing a massive staff, because AI tools handle tenant screening, maintenance scheduling, and financial reporting. That's wealth scaled by technology. Here's the point. No matter your background, there's an entry point for you. You don't need to be a programmer. You need to recognize the industry's AI is reshaping and ask yourself, where can I add value with this tool in my hands? The people who became millionaires in the internet era weren't just coders. They were marketers, writers, shop owners, investors who saw how the internet changed their industry. Today, AI is that same force, and it's happening even faster. In the next chapter, we'll dive into how everyday people, not just tech giants, are already building AI-driven wealth and what steps you can take to replicate their success. When most people think about AI millionaires, they imagine Silicon Valley geniuses building billion-dollar companies or hedge fund managers using algorithms to outsmart the markets. But the real story is far more relatable and much more exciting. Ordinary people with no coding background or tech empire are using AI tools to create extraordinary wealth. Take Sarah, a stay-at-home mom in Dallas. She loved writing stories for her kids, but never considered herself a professional writer. Then she discovered AI writing assistants. With their help, she produced and self-published a series of children's books on Amazon. The AI helped her brainstorm characters, refine plots, and even generate illustrations. Within 2 years, she built a publishing business that earned her 6 figures annually. Sarah didn't become rich overnight, but she proved that AI could transform a hobby into a thriving income stream. Or look at David, a real estate agent in Miami. Before AI, he spent hours cold calling leads and managing endless paperwork. Today, he uses AI chatbots to qualify potential buyers, predictive analytics to identify which neighborhoods are about to boom, and automation tools to streamline contracts. His productivity skyrocketed, and his sales volume tripled in just 3 years. David didn't work longer hours. He just works smarter with AI as his silent partner. Then there's Nina, a college student in Los Angeles who started an AI-powered e-commerce business. She used AI tools to design trendy products, write compelling ad copy, and target the right audiences on social media. With minimal startup costs and no employees, she scaled her store to 7 figures before she even graduated. Her secret wasn't money or connections. It was understanding how to let AI handle the heavy lifting while she focused on vision and strategy. Stories like these are popping up everywhere. Teachers are building AI tutoring services. Musicians are producing AI-assisted tracks and monetizing them online. Fitness coaches are launching AI personalized training apps. What they all have in common is this: they didn't wait for permission, they didn't wait to become experts, and they didn't wait for the perfect idea. They started, experimented, and let AI accelerate their journey. Here's the deeper truth. AI doesn't discriminate. It doesn't care about your background, your degree, or your zip code. What matters is your willingness to learn and to apply. In the 1990s, thousands of people became millionaires by building simple websites or online stores. In the 2000s, YouTubers and app developers built fortunes by spotting early opportunities. Today, AI is that same frontier. The question is, are you willing to grab it? Let's break down why this works. First, AI dramatically lowers barriers to entry. Want to launch a clothing line? AI designs logos, creates marketing campaigns, and even predicts fashion trends. Want to start a consulting business? AI automates scheduling, proposals, and client communication. The tasks that once required teams of employees and big budgets can now be handled by a single person with a laptop and the right tools. Second, AI makes it possible to scale like never before. A single individual can run a business that serves thousands of customers because AI handles customer service, data analysis, and even inventory. What once took years of growth and massive capital can now be achieved in months. Finally, AI levels the playing field. A solo entrepreneur in Kansas has access to the same AI tools as a corporation in New York. That's revolutionary. In previous eras, capital and connections were everything. Today, access to tools and the creativity to use them effectively are far more important. This doesn't mean every side hustle or experiment will turn into millions. Many won't. But the opportunities are real, and the stories of Sarah, David, and Nina prove it. Ordinary people, ordinary lives, extraordinary outcomes powered by AI. Imagine yourself in 3 years looking back. Will you say, "I watched the AI wave pass me by"? Or will you say, "I caught it, I built something, I changed my financial destiny"? The answer depends on the choices you make today. In the next chapter, we'll zoom out and explore how to identify the biggest opportunities in AI before they go mainstream, so you can be among the first movers who build wealth while others are still on the sidelines. If you've ever played chess, you know the best players aren't thinking about the next move. They're thinking 10 moves ahead. The same is true with money. Millionaires don't wait until everyone else sees an opportunity. They position themselves early when the rewards are highest and the competition is lowest. With artificial intelligence, we are still in the early moves of the game. The people who can spot opportunities before they become obvious will be the ones looking back in 2026 and saying, "That's when I made my fortune." So how do you spot these opportunities? Start by paying attention to the problems people complain about every day. Where there is frustration, there is money to be made. And right now, AI is uniquely positioned to solve frustrations at scale. Think about customer service wait times, manual paperwork, confusing healthcare billing, or even the struggle to learn a new language. Every one of these pain points can be solved, or at least improved, by AI. Entrepreneurs who identify these problems early and build AI-powered solutions will have a head start on building wealth. Another way is to look at industries that are still behind the curve. Finance, healthcare, and retail are adopting AI rapidly. But what about agriculture? Farming may seem old-fashioned, but AI-powered drones and predictive analytics are helping farmers maximize yields and reduce waste. That's a multi-trillion-dollar industry waiting to be disrupted. Or consider law. AI-powered tools are already reviewing contracts, conducting legal research, and reducing costs for firms. Imagine being the person who builds or invests in the AI paralegal platform of the future. The truth is, by the time you read about an AI trend in the news, the early adopters have already cashed in. The wealth is made by those who notice patterns before they're obvious. Remember the early days of YouTube? People laughed at teenagers making videos in their bedrooms. A decade later, many of those same creators are millionaires. AI is creating that same dynamic right now. The channels, tools, and platforms being dismissed as toys today may be empires tomorrow. Here's a real example. A small marketing startup in Chicago began experimenting with AI-generated ad copy back in 2019, before most people were even talking about AI content. They used it to test thousands of ad variations quickly and discovered combinations that boosted conversions dramatically. While larger agencies were still debating whether AI was ethical or effective, this startup scaled its services and landed contracts with Fortune 500 companies. Within 3 years, their revenue passed $10 million. They spotted the opportunity early, while others hesitated. The same story is playing out across countless fields. Musicians experimenting with AI music composition, teachers building personalized AI learning apps, doctors testing AI diagnosis tools, all pioneers who saw the wave before it crashed on shore. By the time the masses accept these tools as normal, the early movers will already own the space. But spotting opportunities isn't just about industries. It's about timing and geography too. In the US, AI adoption is moving fast. But think about emerging markets. Countries in Africa, Southeast Asia, and Latin America are just beginning to adopt AI solutions in education, healthcare, and banking. Entrepreneurs who introduce AI there early may dominate entire markets before local competitors even appear. So here's the million-dollar question. How do you train your eye to spot AI opportunities? Start by staying curious. Follow what startups are building, what investors are funding, and what problems people in your community are struggling with. When you hear someone say, "I wish there was an easier way to do this," ask yourself, could AI solve that? If the answer is yes, you may be looking at your next business idea or your next investment. The other secret is to pay attention to leverage points. A small AI tweak in one industry can ripple across many. For example, natural language. "I like chatbots" doesn't just disrupt customer service. It disrupts marketing, healthcare communication, real estate inquiries, and even education. One technology, infinite applications. If you can see those ripple effects before others, you'll always be ahead. Remember this. Fortunes are rarely made by following the crowd. They're made by spotting the opportunity before it becomes obvious. The AI revolution is moving fast, but it's not too late. The question is, will you be one of the pioneers, Or will you be someone who says 5 years from now, I wish I'd started back then? In the next chapter, we'll shift from spotting opportunities to seizing them. We'll explore how to build and scale AI-powered businesses, even if you're not a tech expert. There's a common myth that stops many people before they even start. The belief that only coders, engineers, or Silicon Valley insiders can build AI-driven businesses. But here's the truth. You don't need to know how to write a single line of code to profit from AI. What you need is vision, creativity, and the willingness to use the tools already at your fingertips. Think of it this way. Most people who became internet millionaires in the early 2000s weren't building the web from scratch. They weren't coding browsers or servers. They were building businesses on top of the internet, blogs, online stores, social platforms. Similarly, you don't need to invent AI to profit from it. You just need to harness it for something people need. Consider Alex, a fitness trainer in New York. He wasn't a tech guy, far from it, but he realized his clients wanted personalized nutrition plans and workout routines. So he used AI apps to generate customized programs for each client in seconds. He packaged them into a subscription service, charging a monthly fee. What started as a side hustle quickly turned into a six-figure business. Alex didn't write an algorithm. He just combined his expertise with AI's capabilities to deliver value at scale. Or take Maria, a teacher in California. She created an online course that used AI-powered quizzes to adapt to each student's progress. Parents loved it because their kids weren't just memorizing. They were learning at their own pace. Within a year, Maria was making more from her course than from her teaching salary. Again, she didn't build the AI. She used it to amplify her teaching. The pattern here is simple. You bring the idea, AI brings the execution. Whether it's creating content, analyzing data, automating workflows, or delivering personalized experiences, AI acts as your invisible employee, one that works 24/7, never complains, and costs a fraction of what a human assistant would. Let's look at some models you can start today. E-commerce is one of the easiest. You can use AI to design products, write ad copy, generate images, and predict what customers will want. Some entrepreneurs are running entire online stores solo, with AI handling everything from marketing to customer support. Another model is content creation. Podcasts, blogs, YouTube channels, newsletters, AI tools can help you research, script, edit, and optimize. Imagine running a media company by yourself, producing at the level of a small team. That's possible now, and people are already monetizing it through ads, sponsorships, and memberships. Consulting and services are also ripe for disruption. Suppose you're a career coach. You could use AI to analyze resumes, generate interview practice questions, and give clients data-driven advice. That kind of value makes you stand out in a crowded market. Or maybe you're in marketing. AI can help you test thousands of ad variations, optimize budgets, and deliver results faster than competitors. Suddenly, you can serve more clients without burning out. The beauty of building an AI-powered business is that the cost of entry is lower than ever. Many AI tools are free or inexpensive, and they don't require advanced knowledge to operate. You don't need investors or a giant office. You need a laptop, an internet connection, and the determination to act. Of course, there will be challenges. Not every idea will succeed. Some experiments will flop, but failure is part of the process. The people who win in this AI age aren't those who wait for perfect certainty. They're the ones who try, test, adapt, and scale what works. Think of it like this. AI is the industrial revolution of our time. During the Industrial Revolution, those who owned machines and factories built empires. Today, you don't need a factory, you need AI tools. They're the machines of our century. The entrepreneurs who recognize this will be the new Carnegies and Rockefellers, except their factories will fit on a laptop screen. So here's the question. What problem can you solve with AI right now? Is it helping businesses market themselves? Is it helping people save time? Is it making education easier? Your million-dollar idea is likely hiding in plain sight. In the next chapter, we'll dive into AI for investing and wealth creation. Because building a business isn't the only way to get rich. AI is also transforming how money itself grows. For decades, the world of investing was tilted in favor of Wall Street giants. Hedge funds and big banks had access to data, technology, and experts that regular people simply couldn't compete with. If you were a retail investor, you were playing chess while the pros played 10-dimensional chess with supercomputers. But today, artificial intelligence is rewriting that game. And for the first time in history, everyday investors can access the same kind of intelligence once locked behind billion-dollar firms. Think about what investing really is. It's the art of predicting the future. Whether a stock will rise, a company will grow, or a market will shift. Humans are notoriously bad at this because we're emotional creatures. We panic when prices fall, get greedy when they rise, and follow trends long after the smart money is already cashed out. AI, on the other hand, doesn't get scared. It doesn't get greedy. It looks at patterns, probabilities, and data, millions of data points at lightning speed, and makes decisions based on logic, not emotion. Take Ava, a 35-year-old investor from Denver. She started using an AI-powered trading app that helped her backtest strategies across decades of historical data. Instead of relying on gut instinct, she saw clear probabilities of which moves were most likely to succeed. She began with modest investments, following AI's signals to manage risk. Within 3 years, her returns consistently beat the market. Ava didn't become a financial wizard. She simply learned to let AI be her analyst, her researcher, and her guide. Even passive investors can benefit. Robo-advisors powered by AI automatically allocate your money across stocks, bonds, and ETFs based on your goals. They rebalance portfolios, harvest tax losses, and optimize for long-term growth, all without charging the high fees of traditional advisors. For someone starting with just a few $100s, this means you can access strategies once reserved for the wealthy. But AI isn't only about stocks. It's changing real estate investing too. Imagine having software that predicts which neighborhoods will appreciate, which rental properties will have the best cash flow, or when to sell for maximum profit. Investors in Phoenix and Atlanta are already using AI platforms that scan housing markets and identify undervalued properties before anyone else. This is like having a crystal ball for real estate, except the predictions are based on data, not guesswork. Cryptocurrency is another arena where AI is making waves. The crypto market is notoriously volatile, and human traders often get wrecked by emotional decisions. AI bots, however, can execute trades in milliseconds, monitor dozens of exchanges at once, and identify arbitrage opportunities invisible to humans. Some traders have built entire fortunes by setting up AI systems that run 24/7, capturing opportunities while they sleep. Of course, this doesn't mean AI is foolproof. Markets are unpredictable, and no algorithm can guarantee profits. But here's the point. When used wisely, AI reduces mistakes, manages risk, and gives you an edge. In investing, even a small edge compounded over time can be the difference between average returns and millionaire status. Think of Warren Buffett's famous quote, "The stock market is a device for transferring money from the impatient to the patient." AI helps you become more patient by automating strategies, removing emotion, and keeping you disciplined. It helps you stick to long-term plans instead of getting distracted by short-term noise. So how can you get started? You don't need millions of dollars or a Wall Street office. Many AI investing tools are accessible for everyday investors through apps, brokerages, and robo-advisors. The key is to start small, learn how the systems work, and let the compounding power of consistent returns work in your favor. Imagine looking back 5 years from now and realizing that while others kept making the same old mistakes, panic selling, chasing hype, following bad tips, you quietly built wealth by letting AI be your smartest financial partner. That's the future we're entering, and it's a future that's already here. In the next chapter, we'll explore how AI can save you from financial mistakes, the kind that silently keep most people broke, so you not only grow wealth but protect it. We've all heard the stories. A friend who sold their stocks right before a massive rally, someone who bought into crypto at the peak only to watch their savings evaporate in weeks. A business owner who overspent on marketing campaigns that went nowhere. These aren't just bad luck. They're financial mistakes rooted in human bias, impulse, and a lack of information. And here's where AI becomes a game changer. It doesn't just help you grow wealth, it helps you protect it by steering you away from the traps that keep most people broke. Let's start with one of the biggest mistakes: overspending. Most people think they know where their money goes, but studies show we underestimate our expenses by 20 to 30%. That's why AI-driven budgeting apps are powerful. Tools like Clio or YNAB use AI to analyze your spending habits, flag unusual purchases, and even nudge you when you're about to blow your budget. Imagine having a financial coach whispering in your ear before you swipe your card, "Hey, do you really need that?" It may sound small, but over months and years, those avoided expenses add up to thousands. Then there's debt. Credit cards, student loans, car payments. Debt has a way of silently eating away at wealth. Traditional budgeting advice tells you to make minimum payments or follow snowball methods. But AI can go further. It can analyze your entire financial picture and create a payoff strategy that minimizes interest in real time. For example, some AI tools automatically move extra cash toward the debt with the highest interest, or they predict when to refinance to save you money. Think of it like having a financial strategist 24/7, ensuring you're not throwing money away. Another mistake people make is emotional investing. Panic selling during downturns, chasing hot tips on social media, or doubling down on risky bets. AI helps here by filtering out noise and giving you data-driven insights. Imagine getting a calm, rational analysis when markets crash. Based on history, there's an 85% chance this downturn will recover in 6 months. That kind of perspective prevents costly knee-jerk decisions. But financial mistakes aren't limited to personal spending or investing. Business owners also fall into traps: overspending on ads, mispricing products, or hiring too fast. AI can step in here too. For example, AI marketing platforms can test thousands of ad variations instantly, showing you which ones convert before you waste money. AI pricing tools can suggest the sweet spot where you maximize profits without scaring off customers. These aren't just efficiencies, they're mistake-proofing mechanisms that guard your bottom line. Let's consider Sarah, an entrepreneur who ran an online boutique. She used to spend thousands on Facebook ads with hit-or-miss results. When she switched to an AI-powered ad platform, the system automatically tested different messages, images, and audiences. Within weeks, her sales doubled and her ad spend dropped by half. AI didn't just grow her revenue, it saved her from continuing a costly mistake. On a larger scale, AI also prevents one of the most subtle but dangerous mistakes: failing to see opportunities. Imagine two investors. One keeps following old patterns, investing the same way their parents did. The other uses AI to scan global markets, spotting trends before they go mainstream, like electric vehicles in 2015 or AI startups in 2020. The difference over a decade isn't just thousands of dollars, but millions. The mistake isn't only losing money, it's missing the chance to multiply it. So here's the truth. Mistakes are expensive. They don't just slow you down, they compound over time. Overspending today means less money invested tomorrow. Panic selling once can erase years of gains. Missing opportunities leaves you behind while others surge ahead. But with AI acting as your guide, those mistakes become rarer, less costly, and sometimes completely avoidable. Think of AI as a financial seatbelt. You may not notice it every day, but when the unexpected happens, market crashes, surprise bills, shifting trends, it protects you from disaster. And when you stack years of protection on top of years of growth, that's how wealth is built. In the next chapter, we'll dive into AI-powered side hustles, simple, scalable income streams you can launch without quitting your job. Because while avoiding mistakes keeps you safe, new income streams are what propel you toward millionaire status. For years, people thought side hustles meant driving for Uber, delivering groceries, or selling old clothes on eBay. And while those can bring in extra cash, they rarely lead to financial freedom. They're based on trading your time for money, and your time is limited. But here's where AI changes the equation. It lets you create side hustles that scale far beyond the hours you put in. Instead of working harder, you're working smarter. Picture this. You come home from your 9-to-5 job, and instead of collapsing on the couch, you spend an hour setting up an AI-powered content channel. By the next morning, it's already generating traffic, building an audience, and creating ad revenue while you sleep. That's the magic of AI side hustles. They don't just pay you once for your time, they keep paying again and again. Take content creation, for example. YouTube channels, podcasts, and blogs used to require hours of research, scripting, and editing. Today, AI tools can help you brainstorm ideas, draft scripts, generate images, edit audio, and even automate video production. Imagine launching a YouTube channel about personal finance or fitness and producing polished videos weekly with minimal effort. As the audience grows, ad revenue and sponsorships roll in. You're not working for dollars per hour, you're building an asset. Another booming side hustle is print on demand. With AI design tools, you can create t-shirts, mugs, posters, or notebooks with unique, eye-catching graphics in seconds. Platforms like Printful or Teespring handle printing, shipping, and customer service. Your job is to upload designs and market them. Some entrepreneurs are already earning 6 figures from AI-generated designs that went viral on TikTok or Instagram. Think about that. No warehouse, no inventory, no upfront costs. Just creativity multiplied by AI's power. Freelancing is also evolving. In the past, freelancers had to grind out projects one by one. Now AI allows you to deliver faster, better, and at scale. A copywriter, for example, can use AI to generate drafts, then polish them into final pieces, completing twice as much work in half the time. A graphic designer can use AI art tools to create mood boards or concepts instantly, giving them a competitive edge. The result? Higher earnings, happier clients, and more freedom to take on multiple projects. But what if you're not artistic or into content? No problem. AI makes digital products easier than ever. You can write ebooks, build online courses, or create productivity templates with AI assistance. Once they're created, these products can be sold repeatedly with no extra work. Imagine selling a $30 ebook 1,000 times. That's $30,000 without ever trading time for each sale. Let's consider James, a high school teacher who wanted extra income. He used AI to create study guides and digital flashcards for students preparing for standardized tests. He uploaded them to an online marketplace, priced them affordably, and marketed them through social media. Within a year, his side hustle brought in more than his teaching salary. James didn't quit his job immediately, but the financial security gave him options. That's the kind of leverage AI provides. One of the most exciting aspects of AI side hustles is automation. You can set up systems where AI handles customer inquiries, sends emails, manages inventory, and even tracks analytics. This means your side hustle can operate like a mini business, even while you sleep or travel. And unlike traditional hustles, these AI-powered streams can grow exponentially. But here's the golden rule. Not every AI side hustle will succeed. Some ideas will flop, some products won't sell. The secret is to test quickly, fail cheaply, and scale what works. The advantage is that AI reduces the cost and time of testing, so you can try multiple hustles without burning out. So ask yourself, what skill, passion, or knowledge do you already have that could be amplified by AI? Maybe you're good at cooking. Could you start a recipe channel with AI-generated scripts and videos? Maybe you're into fashion. Could you design clothes with AI tools and sell them online? Or maybe you're just curious about trends. Could you use AI to research niches and create digital products for them? AI side hustles are not about replacing your job tomorrow. They're about planting seeds today that can grow into financial forests tomorrow. And once a side hustle starts working, the income is scalable, repeatable, and often passive. That's how people quietly transition from paycheck to financial independence. In the next chapter, we'll talk about how to scale those side hustles into full-fledged businesses. Because while a side hustle is the spark, scaling is what builds the fire that makes you a millionaire. Every millionaire story has a tipping point, the moment when a small idea, a side hustle, transforms into something far bigger. The difference between someone making a few $100s a month and someone building lasting wealth is the ability to scale. And when it comes to scaling, AI is the ultimate accelerator. Think about the classic growth path. A person starts a side hustle, earns a little money, then hits a ceiling. They're limited by time, resources, or know-how. But AI smashes those ceilings. It gives you leverage, the ability to do more with less, to serve thousands instead of dozens, and to turn small wins into massive ones. Let's revisit our earlier example of content creation. Suppose you're running a YouTube channel powered by AI scripts and AI-assisted editing. At first, maybe you're uploading one video a week, but then you use AI to speed up scripting, generate multiple video ideas, and automate editing. Suddenly, you're publishing 3 or 4 videos weekly. Your audience triples. Brands notice. Sponsorships flood in. You're no longer running a hobby, you're running a media business. Or imagine your AI-driven e-commerce store. You start with a handful of AI-generated designs on t-shirts and mugs. Sales trickle in. Then you use AI analytics to identify bestsellers, AI ad platforms to find your target audience, and AI customer service bots to handle inquiries. Instead of fulfilling 10 orders a week, you're handling 1,000. And scaling doesn't require hiring a massive team. You're growing without the growing pains. Scaling is about systems. The richest entrepreneurs in history, from Henry Ford to Jeff Bezos, didn't just have ideas. They built systems that multiplied those ideas. AI is your system. It automates, analyzes, personalizes, and optimizes, allowing your hustle to run like a full-fledged company, even if it's just you behind the screen. Take Ravi, a freelance marketer who started offering AI-generated copywriting services on Fiverr. At first, it was just him, delivering projects one at a time. But he realized he could use AI to create templates, automate delivery, and even pre-build campaigns for clients. Within a year, Ravi wasn't just freelancing. He'd launched a digital agency serving hundreds of businesses worldwide, pulling in 7 figures annually, all without hiring a single employee in the traditional sense. But here's the truth. Scaling isn't just about doing more. It's about doing the right things. AI gives you the ability to test dozens of strategies quickly, then double down on the ones that actually work. That means less guessing, less wasted money, and faster growth. Imagine being able to launch 5 different product ideas this month, with AI helping you identify the one with the highest profit potential in weeks, not years. That's the power of scaling with AI. And let's not forget about global reach. In the past, building an international business required offices, logistics, and complex infrastructure. Now, AI tools for translation, localization, and global advertising mean you can serve customers in Europe, Asia, or South America without leaving your home. A one-person AI-powered business can look like a global corporation from the outside. But scaling isn't just about tools, it's about mindset. Too many people get comfortable with a little success. They earn an extra $1,000 a month and stop pushing. True millionaires think bigger. They ask, how can I turn this into $10,000 a month? $100,000? $1 million? And the answer, again and again, is leverage. The leverage of systems, the leverage of scale, the leverage of AI. So where do you go from here? First, commit to starting. Launch a side hustle, even a small one. Second, embrace AI, not just as a tool, but as a partner. Use it to save time, make smarter decisions, and avoid mistakes. Third, when something works, pour fuel on the fire. Scale it, systematize it, automate it. That's how ordinary people become millionaires in extraordinary ways. Remember, we are living through a once-in-a-lifetime shift. Just like the printing press created empires, just like the internet minted billionaires, AI is now creating a wave of wealth for those who act. By 2026, the landscape of money, business, and opportunity will look radically different. The question is, will you be a consumer of AI, or will you be an owner, a creator, someone who leverages it to build lasting wealth? Your future self is waiting. And if you start now, you might look back at this moment as the turning point, the chapter where your millionaire story truly began. Before we close this chapter, let me share a secret with you. AI alone will not make you a millionaire. AI will help analyze things for you, but to take the best decisions, you will need the complete understanding of money. How the money actually works, what mindset is required to earn it, and the important skill, the skill to multiply it. Hence, to understand the complete psychology of money and to become a person leveraging AI for analysis and having complete knowledge about money for smarter investments, click on the video popping up on the screen.